Okay, hello. Hello and welcome, all you light warriors, light workers, earth angels, bringers of the new dawn. Thank God we have a place and space to gather with each other and um, support each other in receiving healings from the universe, our bestest friend. Welcome, all you magical humans, whoever you are and wherever you came from. You're here now as a divine human being, and we're going to just celebrate that. We're going to celebrate that and be showered with love. Um, the universe is our best friend, and it loves us very much. And when we learn to talk to it and unite with it, it shows up in bigger and bigger and bigger ways. When we start to really believe that we are part of the cosmos and part of everything, and we talk to it, it will respond and develop friendship with us. So, this support that we received tonight, we're going to talk about the ones that came forward for this, but that's the unseen realms. And they are the ones that are helping the call answer the call of people to show up on the planet, to walk a path of love, to anchor, bring peace back on earth through our hearts. Um, the ones asking the questions. How may I be of better service? How may I walk the path of light? How may I heal? How may I say hello to the darkness inside of me and illuminate it so it may transform? And my biggest revelation in the last couple of years is the ego, really not embracing that whole story of kill the ego. Yeah, no bueno. We're going to evolve it into a super ego, and it will start working for us instead of us being a slave to it. And so we are the ones that came to be all that we can be, the way showers, the models, of the unfolding truth that is in ourselves. And we want to illuminate this wisdom and mastery by purifying our energy fields, purifying our story, purifying our thoughts, purifying our lives, our habits. Um, and this is the true service to all humanity. We do it for ourselves, but in doing it for ourselves, that is helping the entire world. And so we now call in with gratitude and love and light and harmony, the violet flame of transubstantiation and transmutation, and the benevolent beings of light from our grand and great central suns, and always as we illuminate with this solar life force energy, all the colors of the rainbow that the Elohim help us connect to through our bodies, igniting our trifold heart flames. We unite with our heavenly light codes that assist us from our higher selves soul expression that vibrate finer and finer frequencies that guide us always if we choose to listen. So just notice what's happening around you as this starts to flow in. We ignite the inner light of our mighty I am presences, our monads, our rainbow bodies, our divine blueprints. We call in Mother, Father, God, the Holy Trinity, that solar forced energy. The being of the sun has a name. That being that is our sun is called Christ. That is the name of our sun. So it's that Christed solar crystal force of energy. That is the portal we came from as humans, and we will go back through the sun and through all the planets, and then decide if we're going to incarnate again. That's just our flow so that we can collect all the information that we experience through this lifetime from the impulses from all the planets in our solar system. Trip, right? Oh my God. So this helps us emit a glow from inside. These energies, this solar force, rainbow energies, and helps us transcend obsolete patterns of separation and duality within ourselves. And then we model this to our loved ones, to all humans, to all sentient beings. It's a hard job, but we're here to do that. And we came with the gifts to do that. So these gatherings help us to remember that we're more powerful than we know, and we came with everything we need. So just really feel what that feels like in your heart center and see if that is the truth. You might feel a tingling. You might feel emotions. And just let it warm up your heart. Good. There you go. We now invoke the golden and violet rainbow dragons and our magical mystical unicorn guides. They are very, very excited to be here tonight. And also, of course, our guardian angels that help us take our first breath and our last breath. And the great white brotherhood. We call in the great archangels and the ascended masters, which include Buddha, the Melchizedek beings, the Marys, Isis. There we go. Isis is coming in with a very cool white energy in our throat chakras. Great. She's bringing a clarity and integration. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So we are getting supported as we come together and connecting with the realms of the illuminated truths, assisting humanity at this time for all of us to take our next steps, to be here healing with ease and grace, and change right to the core of our DNA, to activate our ancient wisdom and ignite our internal heart flames, etherizing our energies, warming it to rise out of the confines of the lower scales of reality. Okay, thank you, Source. So we're going to see each of us as a ball of light just gathered in a circle. And the center of the circle is the pillar of light of all of us, the I am presences that connects all of us together. Outside the circle is the 0 point field, like you might see it like plasma, just oneness that's supporting us, holding us in this circle. Okay. And if my volume's not good, just throw it in the chat for me. I command you, God, to place each one live or listening to the recording into a sphere of unconditional love from the ultimate dimension, each with our sacral points in the center being illuminated with our divine blueprint of DNA to activate our highest potential. Good. Okay, now we set the template. We create sacred space. And so I'll just say who I am in case anyone listens to this. It's like, who's this chick? My name is Annie Nelson, and I am a healing facilitator, clairvoyant for over 30 years. I'm your host for this series called the Illuminate series, along with my starseed aspect of myself. That her name is, she's really my higher self, my angelic aspect of herself, and her name's Anastar. And she's coming in a grid right now to help me communicate what is from my highest place. Great. And we gather in this safe and sacred space to develop our senses, our psychic senses, our inner sight, our gifts, our inner presence in this tube of light, and receive benefits from group healings, which are really, really powerful. And so we greatly enhance our own practices just by sitting with others doing the same. And so today, as always, I invite you to move out of the to-do mode. It's going to be done for you. Just sit and breathe. And that's involuntary, so you don't even have to struggle with that. Okay, and relax and be willing to just see what happens, see what you feel. And tonight's subject, we are having a total blood moon lunar eclipse tonight into tomorrow. I mean, who knew, right? I just randomly pick these days. So we want to get our surfboards out and get in the waters of life and ride the waves and see what's available for us right now. And our helpers tonight are going to be Archangel Michael. This is his sword of light behind me. That in and of itself has so much energy in it. It is programmed with divine clarity, guidance, love. So when we go into inner presence thing, I'll take my face away so you can look at that. So Archangel Michael, and the blue light that is coming from a very far, far away. But we all know this light. This light is very powerful, and it's ancient, and it's mystical. We're going to be joined by the lion and the lioness, the poppy flower, the rose quartz, the royal star Regulus, and the lunar eclipse. So before we take a deep dive into this magical mystery tour with tonight's illuminating gifts for us, and say a deep hello to all of our helpers. Let's inner presence ourselves and just get it more into the moment of now, letting go of the previous part of the day and whatever we might need to do after this, so we can really be present, really feel the chair under our butt or the floor under our feet, and sense the air around us that's building with this plasma energy, really, so we can be online for what Spirit has to offer us, remembering to feel through the words I'm saying and just see what wants to dance with your energy. And leave room, of course, for something I may not even mention that comes forward to you with an illuminated message. This is your sacred time to go inside and just see what you want to say hello to, and be open to messages that might be not able to get your attention in the busyness of your day. And now we're all ears for that. So we're taking all of our eyeballs off the world around us and we're putting them on ourselves. So do that now. And our inner ears and our inner eyes open to this light that we have invited in. There we go. And just feel it washing you. Okay. So my words are just mere suggestions, but they are to help us unlock that which has been hidden and uncover our gifts and mastery simply from having a sacred space and saying hello. So let's do the brain balance. We cone our fingers, cross them, plug them into our forehead and breathe. And your body may pull or rock or sway or bob. Let it do what it wants to do. It's just going to come into balance. And when you feel a shift, then switch. So the other side, your other wrist is in front. And again, let your body come into balance. Very good. Excellent. Balancing our left side, right side, brain hemisphere. That in and of itself takes away so many dust bunnies. And now we're opening that rainbow bridge from the left side of the brain to the right side of the brain. And when that feels complete, just hold your hands out from your ears and let rainbow light, the rainbow, go from your one hand to the other through your brain. There we go. Good, good, good. And you should sigh again because that's calming down your vagus nerve. Okay, so let's claim our names so that nobody else is in our body but our soul, and our soul's name got appointed in this lifetime, and whatever our name was or is or we want it to be, it's just our IP address, but it helps the body and the soul have something in common. That's so funny. I've never heard them say that before. So I hold my thymus, my high heart, and I just tap it and I say, I am, Ann Jeanette, Annie Nelson, Anna Star. That's all my names. You just say all your names, and only Ann Jeanette, Annie Nelson, Anna Star. And I am here and I am grounding to the vibration of heaven on earth. Yeah, there we go. And I accept this healing for my highest good. And just say that where you are. Good. And that just like opens up our inner world so that it can start to match with the energy that we're building around us in this nice little cosmic loving bubble of light. The blue energy is already coming in. Okay, so the yawning is me trying to catch up with my vibration. My vibration spiritually goes much faster than my physical form. So my yawning is to help my body like acclimate to that so I don't go unconscious. Okay, so Archangel Michael is this ushering in this magical, mystical, ancient blue light streaming onto the planet right now to bathe our souls so we can remember who we are. Okay. And the wisdom and the patience and the regalness of the lion and the lioness, who are complete masters. They are living mascots of self-transformation, the epitome of peace and strength. The lion channels to us that we're much stronger than we know. The lion and the lioness will tend to our hearts tonight, live and on the replay, boosting up our sense of power. Good, there we go. And self-confidence. To keep our hearts open and connected to source at all times so it stays full. This is the lesson for the overgiver. Hi. Maybe some of you can relate to that, where there is more chi going out helping and over caring and over nurturing to and those of us must learn to let others do that for themselves. It's one thing for a short-term helping, but when it becomes a chronic thing, all of our lessons is that we can run this light in our own bodies and help ourselves. So it's to heal from this, more energy going out that's coming in, more is coming off the front of the body that's coming in the back. And so if we stay connected this way at all times so that we're full, then we don't get this inequality of giving more than we're receiving or receiving more than we're giving, right? And so during the inner presence thing, we are going to do some holographic cranial sacral work on the heart space. And they gave me a sample of this morning and it is trip. Okay, so the whole chest area. Okay, good. So we want always to be full in our heart so that our cup runneth over. So however we're connecting to people in the world and on the planet, through our hands, through our words, interactions, we're coming from being full. And literally, like, the runneth over part is just to model being full of light to the people we're connected with. And psychically, if that's what they want for themselves too, and most people really do, they're going to like see that you're doing that and then start to do it for themselves. They're going to copycat you. Okay. And the poppy elixir. So poppies here in this area in California, you really notice some of those orange, those wild ones, the orange ones, but actually there's many varieties of poppies and there's more delicate ones that are pastel colors and they're beautiful. So we're going to be with the poppy energy, the resonance of that in our fields to soothe our nervous system. The anxiety that gets generated from the heart, the brain, and the adrenals. And that kind of stress comes from being overextended, without the stress getting a relief, and unsolved situations that just go on and on and on. And the general feelings that people are having right now in a contracted state from if you tune into mass consciousness and mass media too much. Yeah. And we're all in the soup of it. But if you have your radio station dialed to it all the time, it will drain you and it's not appropriate. So, especially if it's draining you. If it's draining, if you can listen to it and it runs off your back like a duck in the water, great. But if you're to the point where you're incapacitated by the information, then take a break. Detox from it, the media, and just fill with light again. And so let the appropriate color of the poppy come to you, either the orange one or the huge array of pastel poppies that are a little smaller, and the leaves the petals look a little more delicate. So just imagine, sense, feel the one that comes and speaks to you. The rose quartz. I know you all know what rose quartz looks like. Here's a smaller egg of one. And the rose quartz is the most powerful heart healing crystal, and it vibrates at love and assists humans with self-love so that we may come into balance from the pattern of overgiving without replenishing, giving our own vital life force and chi away because we're not staying fully in our channel of light and love and helping people from that unending source of light that's available for everyone. There we go. Good. We're all starting to click into that river of light now, which is perfect. Woo! Okay. The royal star Regulus is going to come out and play with us from the Leo constellation. And which was interesting because we're working with the lions. So the lions are from the Leo constellation. So the royal star Regulus unlocks the energetic locks that are in our physical body, which store old programming, which keeps our cells from having easy evolution. Locks that make our evolution arduous. Such locks keep us in 3D time and space and in this limited expression of reality. Regulus helps us unblock deeply buried subconscious patterns and embraces us with compassion so that we may become whole and integrated. So an integration of earth and cosmic energy, an integration of male and female energy, an integration of past and future energy, and giving and receiving, so that we're really just like this undulating, like a jellyfish in the ocean, ball of plasma that is being sourced by life force energy. And as we play with all this parts of life and the cosmos around us, we bring this integration. What is being integrated? The parts that moved out of the line of light, the parts that became shocked or surprised or wounded or caught in drama or trauma, whether this lifetime or a past lifetime, they're all connected, right? So Regulus helping us unblock deeply buried unconscious patterns, embracing us with compassion. And that's all got to do with the heart. All of this sounds like it's all got to do with the heart, really, now that I'm listening to myself. Okay, so that we may become whole and integrated. The more whole and integrated we are, the less cracks we have in our chalice, in our cup, and the more light we can hold. And as we evolve the ego to the superego, it's the ego that keeps our lotus flower closed. And as we evolve the ego to the superego, our lotus flower starts to open. And this is another way of just seeing our cup, our chalice, our flower is open to the gifts of life. And then we funnel that into our core line of light and become whole and integrated. A whole and integrated person no longer has to live in the confines of the 3D reality, because the whole idea of light, dark, good, bad, right, wrong, guilty, innocent, victim, abuser, all that story goes away. And we climb up the ladder of evolution. And there's no judgment where we are on that ladder, right? Some people are assigned to climb the ladder. Some people are assigned to get up the ladder, be on top, and coach people. Come on, you got it, almost there. Some people are assigned to hold the ladder. Some people are assigned to wait in line for the ladder. And some people are just like the viewing crew at the bottom, like, what ladder? What are they all gathering for anyway? Why is everyone so busy with that ladder? They're all assigned roles. We are the ones getting on the ladder and going up. And so to become a whole and integrated helps us do that, those rungs of evolution. Why? So we have a higher point of perception of our reality. So Einstein's famous quote was, "You can't solve a third dimensional problem from the realm of which you created it in." That's why being at the top of the ladder gives a higher point of perception, so you can see a bigger part of the game and see more of the puzzle and realize you're perfectly where you're supposed to be. Okay, so other royal stars, like you might have heard these names, Antares, Fomalhaut, and Aldebaran. These royal stars help us with connection to our higher selves, our purpose, so that we may look at solution versus situation. They help us rewire our software and connect us with our higher vision. They help us to bring out our gifts, strengthen our inner light, have an empowered evolution, and a magical creation. The stars are our friends. The stars are our family. So some of those other stars I mentioned are now working with you guys. So not just the Regulus. There we go. Good. You'll know. You'll know. Okay, there we go. So all this that's coming up for a nice cocktail. We're going to shake this all up and have a nice martini. All of this adds up to ensure that our cups are going to runneth over, as the saying goes. So what a gift that we actually fall on the day of the eclipse. The blood moon lunar eclipse happens when Earth moves in between the sun and the moon. The Earth blocks the sun's light, and the moon goes dark for just a little bit. And that makes the moon turn red. And the spiritual meaning of this is about how to take something that makes you, it's about how something makes you feel a deepness inside. It's not just a sky event. It's a moment that touches your heart and mind. It's like a note is being played in the universe. And if we make ourselves available for it, there we go. It helps this heart chakra just come into beautiful resonance to play the note that we came to play. Okay. And as always, we remember that love is our best protection. And when we go inside, we say hello to that which might be looking shadowy or hiding. You'll get a sense. You're saying hello. Hello is a very powerful word. It means I see you. I recognize you. I am saying hello. You exist. You are in me. Hello. And this work helps to transform the ego to a super ego. We're not cutting anything out. It's just this inner hello helps this integration, illuminating that which may not be moving to keep us on our path of love. So let's prepare to go inside. Get a blankie, glass of water, lie down, sit down. If you tend to fall asleep, maybe sit up. I don't know. I'm going to pause it for just one moment so I can say hello and see if anyone has questions. Okay, and then let's see Archangels. Michael's blue sword of light. Woo! That has such meaning to that picture there. You might even just trip out going into that funnel tunnel. Okay. Making sure you're comfortable. This is your time.
Music can go up a little.
Thank you. Okay, lots of help tonight. Archangel Michael, just feel his presence as we say hello to him. Feel this blue light bathing you, washing over you, holding you, flowing in and around you. You might see it spiral, or it might be more like a sheets of light that you're in. Either way, inviting in the rose quartz energy for love, for self-love. Thank you so much. Inviting in the poppy elixir to help our adrenals. Anxiety, whether the anxiety is in our mind, our heart, or our adrenals. Giving recognition to the power of Luna, the moon, and the lion and the lioness. The full moon is coupled with an eclipse, a powerful time to make supportive vibrational shifts with anything in your life. What has risen to the surface and gotten your attention in the last few weeks? Is there anything in your life that is causing frustration or intolerance? Play with that idea when you go inside and you say hello. See what rises up. See what may feel discordant. See what gets your attention. Because it's getting your attention because it's ready to evolve. Good. Invite this aspect of you, this situation to evolve by releasing the old and weaving in the new. Archangel Michael with this blue light is going to help us reweave grids for proper support in the proper moment of now with our body, mind, and spirit. And we offer this healing for the sake of all beings, all aspects of us, our whole genetic lineage, our whole timeline. There we go. Good. Whew. If we live with an open heart that is continuously being filled with light, never-ending light, and we never become empty. We can move from a life of turbulence to compassion. Okay, here comes the lioness. She's really helping our throat chakra with that. You get tired or dizzy or confused or feel like you're drifting off, keep returning to your breath and feeling the chair and support underneath you. Inviting your breath to reach deeper inside of you, because that is the life force chi that we are breathing in. So just direct it to somewhere in our body or field or a thought that needs to be illuminated. The rose quartz is coming into our minds right now. And the poppy is coming into our guts and our hearts. Okay, we're going to do some holographic healing on the heart now. Just allow this cage around your heart to expand in 4 directions with every gentle breath. Some of us had some accidents to our chest, shoulders, upper back areas. Might have even, what do you call it? Got the wind knocked out of us. Woo! So we're going to include the diaphragm in this holographic video work, as well as they unwind that which has gotten tight in there that makes our ribs more of a cage instead of just a natural space around our hearts. We don't want it to be a cage. We want it to expand and contract with every breath, all directions, front, back, and sides. There we go. They're working on the upper back and the connection, how it goes into the neck and the head. That gives the heart more room to pulse. And let the crystalline core of the earth become in divine time with our heart, and the divine time of the pulse of the universe. There we go. Good. Oh. Don't drift out of your body. Continue to feel your sacrum and your legs connected to the earth. Good. Very good. As we live stronger in our tunnel of light and know that is why we're here, and that the connection to this tunnel of light is what we're here to do, we'll start to feel whole in our hearts and supported on the path to peace on earth that's going to come through our hearts. And then we will magically stop pushing. will begin floating and drifting and allowing and playing with the waters in the currents of life and the waters within us. We find in cranial work to detect where we're not flowing and to restore flow to areas. Great, there we go. That brings healing. Okay, now that starts to bring more energy to our third chakra. So there's some judgment coming up in the third chakra. Just breathe it out. Remember, there is no failure. When you get to the other side and you are having your life review, that review will be with yourself. There is no one judging you. You will just neutrally observe all the different choices that you had in this lifetime and just lovingly accept the ones you made. There you go. Just let the third chakra undo all that tension. Good. That helps the heart open even more. Remember, with an open heart that stays open no matter what is going on around us, an open heart will not be overwhelmed. It will stay in the ever-flowing state. Staying in the flow of life itself on life's terms. You can't make it all happen. We're invited to learn to relax and sink in and allow this unconditional love and compassion to go where our ego resists. The ego wants things to stay chaotic and fast-paced and dramatic and scattered. And when we simply welcome the art of allowing, eventually the ego will want to evolve with us to a superheat ego. There's some light codes coming in now with messages for us. I'm going to be quiet while we all receive that. See if you notice a feeling of being lifted up, like an updraft in and around you. This is the clearing and cleansing and lifting of that which has been stagnant, so more life force can move through our systems and our cells. There's a lot of ancestral stuff that's just bubbling up, like bubbles in a glass of soda. They're just bubbling up and coming out. We're just grateful and allowing that. That's the programming from our cells that are being deprogrammed from old ways. So we can wake up this new divine blueprint in our DNA. There we go. Good. That's what the blue light, okay, that's what the blue light's coming to do. Thank you. See if you notice spirals just weaving this light and information into you effortlessly, easily, very effectively. All the way from below us, through us, and above us. And notice if you feel an expansion in your heart. Regulus is undoing these locks of denial in us so that what has been arduous can now be flowing with ease, grace, and awareness and illumination. This has all created a space, see if you notice this, for these pearls of wisdom that we came with to come in. They're now floating around in our space and gently spiraling in to the appropriate chakras. Everyone will have a different place that these gifts are awakening in because each of us walk a unique path of expression. Yeah, there we go. Good, thank you. Ooh. I'm going to give thanks to the beautiful beings that have showed up for us today. not only the ones that we invoked in the beginning, but our special helpers, Archangel Michael, the essence of the rose quartz, the elixir of the poppy, the moon, the energy of the eclipse, the lion and the lioness. We can always revisit this recording and we'll get a whole different experience from it. So I'm going to ask you to start to deepen your breath as I'm going to turn off the music. Start to breathe into your feet and butt again so you can float on back down if you want. You don't need to. If you don't want to, you can float right away into sleep or whatever you want to do. But I will thank you all for your time and your energy of coming together and creating sacred space to welcome in these benevolent energies to assist us, and having the courage to open to them and let go without knowing, just letting it flow. Our next illumination series meeting is in April, Thursday, April 17th. It's like a month from now. Same time, same place. So we ask that the infinity golden eight weave in with ease and grace, integrating these energies into our brains and hearts, our minds, our guts, our microbiome, our worlds, our lineages, our timelines, all expressions of ourselves in all time, space, dimensions, and realities. And we give gratitude for the opportunity to awaken with like-minded people just a little bit at a time. And we are so appreciative of the help that came. So until we see each other again, I'm going to turn off the recording and we can stay in chat, or you can log off, or you can say goodbye in the chat or unmute yourself, but it's all perfect. I'm very grateful for your time and your energy and your light. You illuminate my life and my world and my reality. And I am very grateful for that. Love to you all.